Hey, this is Real Life Solutions with Uncle T at Winning Solutions for You. I'm telling you right now, I'm going to put the link at the bottom. You guys need to watch this video all the way to the end. It's going to bless you, especially if all those who want to start a business, it's going to bless you. Check it out. Hey, what's up, everybody? Real Life Solutions with Uncle T at Winning Solutions for You. One word. Hey, I want this to sink home. I want this to sink real at home. What do you see behind me? What do you see behind me? Let me raise my camera up as far as the eyes can see. What do you see back there? Look at all those headstones out there. Look at all those headstones. You see that right there? Those are people who have gone. Those are people who have gone that are no longer here. They're no longer here anymore. How many people out there do you think that's out there that had dreams, that had the desire to want a business, the desire to want to do something powerful in their lives? How many people are out there who had went to the grave, had ideas or could have changed the world, or had ideas that could have created inventions? How many people that you think laying out there 6 foot under, how many people out there do you think that had great ideas that could have changed the world? I had people right now who says, oh no, T, I can't change. I can't start a business. I keep asking, when you gonna start that business? You know, you had a good idea. You could have went on ahead and started that by now. People who don't want to start a business because they decide that the economy is going to dictate my business. Who's president going to dictate my business? What if I fail? What if my family members laugh at me and my friends laugh at me and I step out there? The spirit of fear has gripped so many people that they have become immobilized. They have become paralyzed, if you say, that they will not even step out on faith or anything because they feel like I got to have millions of dollars or thousands of dollars in the bank. My credit's not that good, or this or that. They have 1,000 excuses as to why they do not want to step out on faith and just try. Because I'd rather try and fail than to not try and be like these, who may have took so many ideas to the grave. How many people out there do you think that took ideas to the grave? How many people out there do you think that had the most awesome ideas that could have changed the world, or who have had $1 million business, but they didn't? How many people out there that you think that's probably have said that, man, I wish I had a did that when I was younger. I wish I had a did that back in the day when I was a young man or when I was a young woman. But there are so many people that could have changed the world, but they didn't. Before I even made this video, I was thinking about Jesus and Peter, how the disciples saw Jesus walking on the water, right? Walking on the water. And Peter stood up and said, they all looked and said, that look like Jesus. And Peter said, Lord, if that's you, bid me to come to you. And he said, come on. Peter got off the boat and walked on water, which we know that's physically or physics, that's impossible in this day and time to walk on water like that. But God allowed him because his faith is what kept him afloat. You hear what I just said? His faith is what kept him afloat. And the thing is, you know where the other disciples were? Sitting back watching to see if he make it. Sitting back watching to see if he's gonna sink or not. Or is he a real idiot to step out there knowing that you can't walk on water? See, that's what your friends will do. That's what your family members will do. When you say, I'm gonna step out there on faith, they'll sit back and watch and see what happens. They ain't gonna step out there. They'll stab you in the back, talk about you, do all kinds of stuff, but they're not gonna step out there on faith. They're gonna see what's gonna happen to you. But as soon as you make it, oh, you think you all that now. You think you all that because you stepped out on faith and you overcome that spirit of fear. See, that's what happens when a lot of times with business. Now, I know even when I started business, I had a commercial cleaning franchise with Janet King Commercial Cleaning for over 20 something years. And people were watching. Oh, yeah, he got a cleaning business. Yeah, we gonna see. Yeah, we gonna see. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I was now bringing in $7, $8, $9,000 a month. Oh wow. I didn't, man, that's good money, man. I even got my brother in it. My brother was making more money. My belated brother was making more money than I was making. Sold the business after about 22 years, sold it to one of my friends. The contracts went with it and made some money. And so I wanted to do something different. I wanted to do other things, but I knew how to make money. You see this hat right here? Hustle, loyalty, and respect. See, that's a hat John Cena won. WWE greatest of all time, the GOAT. That's what he wore. Hustle, loyalty, and respect, because you got to learn to hustle. When you hustle and you're loyal to what you do, you get that respect. People respect you. And I always tell people, you may not like me, but you're going to respect my hustle. And the thing is that all this, what if I fail? What if you do? You get back up and say where I went wrong. See, that's the worst thing about failure. I embrace failure. If anytime you run a business, you're going to have hiccups along the way. That's where you have to have critical thinking. That's where you have to be creative. That's where you have to analyze things and say, okay, I shouldn't have done that. I probably should use this product, or I should have did this. Or if you are into sales, what market are you trying to talk to? Who are you trying to reach? Just like YouTube, who am I trying to reach? Who are my subscribers on? What venue am I trying to go through? Or do I need to go? I had a friend that always went to the flea market on Saturdays. Wasn't making as much money as he liked to make on Saturdays and Sundays. But what happened was he found out that his market was there during the week. So then he had to change his strategy and say, okay, most of the people who I'm looking for are there on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Y'all forgive me for the noise because I'm outside and I'm in a little traffic area. But that's how you have to use critical thinking. I'm going to give you one example. I know a guy right now who had a pressure washer. Went to Lowe's, bought a pressure washer for $159. Bought 3 water hoses, bought some Clorox bleach, and started going through neighborhoods with people who had concrete, cement driveways. Knocking on doors, hey, your driveway, it looks like it could use power washing. I could power wash your driveway for $75. Now, we know power washing costs more than that. He started out that way, power washing driveways, doing it on Saturdays. Come back home with about $500, $600 in his pocket. He started thinking, I'm gonna start doing it on Sundays too. I'm gonna start doing maybe one driveway every day when I get off work. I'm gonna start doing one driveway. Y'all, he got 3 trucks now. Got a crew on all the trucks, power washing now. Now he has a nice power washing business down here in Raleigh. People started out the same way. Push a lawnmower, threw it in the back of the car. Had a rake, a shovel, a blower, and maybe they saved up and got a weed eater. Now they got crews, got lawn service businesses. It don't take a lot of money. Some people started their own restaurants by cooking out of the house. How many of you seen the story on YouTube? You can look it up. The girl who was on Section 8, who was using her food stamps to buy the ingredients to make cupcakes. The girl was making a killing selling cupcakes out of the projects until social services got involved. Not social services, but the people who had the food stamps, because jealous people, and you're going to have them folks, you're going to have haters who went and told the food stamp people that she was selling and making money. And the worst mistake she made was posting how much money she make every month selling cupcakes. That was the dumbest thing she ever did. Next thing you know, they made her pay back all that money, and I believe they cut down her food stamps. So that was an idea that she had, because she knew how to make cupcakes, and everybody loved her cupcakes. Girl making a fortune, making almost $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 a month out of Section 8 housing, selling cupcakes. And then people were ordering cupcakes online, and she was shipping them, overnight shipping them. I'm just here to tell y'all, when I ask people in 2026, are you gonna start that business? People still procrastinating. Oh, well, Trump and this economy, man, I can't do all that, man. I can't. I started chickens. I started selling eggs. I invested money in chickens and hens. My chickens lay anywhere from right now 3 dozen. I get 3 or 4 dozen eggs about every 2 or 3 days. Selling fresh farmed eggs, no preservatives, no nothing. Feed them all the best food that they can eat. So now I started an egg business, just like that. People don't be thinking. You always gotta have a side hustle. My goal was to always have at least 5 streams of income. 5 streams of income. Right now I'm at about 4. You always gotta be out here hustling, baby. One job is not gonna do it. If you in the mindset to think that one job is gonna make ends meet for you in this economy, you in for a rude awakening. I don't care if you're a couple. Even if you make $100,000 a year, people who are making $100,000 a year still scraping pennies in the grocery stores on their calculator, trying to make sure they got enough money to get grocery. $100,000 a year ain't even enough. And you say, well, if $100,000 a year ain't enough, then what in the world? How much money do I need? And my thing is, if you are I would say I'm a frugal person to this point. I always look at what do I need and what I want. I'm always buying stuff based on what I need. If it's a want and I don't need it, then that's just what it is. It's a want. If it's at a good price and I want it, let's say if I buy, let's say a garden tiller, for instance, or a new power washer. If I decide to buy a power washer and it was a good price, yeah, it was a want, but I could afford it. But if I know I got to rob Peter to pay Paul when payday come, it'll sit where it is. And I thank God for having a wife who's very frugal. She'll go in the store in a minute and I say, baby, it ain't but $10. Well, it's $10 too much. They need to mark it down to about $6 and I maybe come back and get it. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. Having a wife that likes saving money. I love it. I love it. But I'm here to tell you, in 2026, it's time to step out on faith, y'all. It's time to come up with them ideas that y'all had. It's time to put it to the test. If things don't work out, go back to the drawing board and say why it didn't work. Why it didn't work. Was I in the wrong location? Was I thinking large enough, or was I thinking too big, or did I order too much stuff? Do I have too much inventory? Or just the questions, brainstorming, critical thinking as to what I need to do. There have been times even in my wood signs and design business, I even have an Etsy channel to where I sell woodworking. I make signs, I carve stuff, I make designs, I make stencils, I make nice signs. The thing is, that's another stream of income because it's all about the hustle, y'all. It's all about the hustle. I've always worked a part-time job. Always worked a part-time job. My kids ain't never lived in no projects. They always lived in the suburbs. Always. I know everybody can't do that, but that was just a goal of mine. I wanted to raise my kids in a nice area all their lives. All my kids lived in nice areas their whole life. They ain't never lacked for nothing. My wife come to me and says, so-and-so needs some clothes. She need this or he need that. Okay, I got to do what I got to do. Got to go make that paper. Okay, here's the paper. Go do what you got to do. But this wind is getting up out here. I'm down here in Raleigh, and this wind is strong out here. But I'm going to leave the link, and I want you to watch this whole entire video. I want y'all to watch this whole entire video because it's going to inspire anybody. And I'm going to do this one more time so it'll sink in. I want it to sink in. I want y'all to look at all those headstones out there. Are you going to be one of those people? Are you going to be one of those people who probably took the greatest ideas to man to the grave and never tried to bring it to fruition? I challenge you. I challenge you in 2026 to not take it to the grave, because some of y'all got some really good ideas and you really need to bring it from here to where you can see it, actually allow it to happen, and actually nurture it and touch it. But until we meet again, this is Uncle T. I hope this word inspired you, and y'all take light of nothing I say, and y'all go ahead, roll with it, handle your business, loyalty, hustle, and respect. Y'all do that. I'm out of here.